So, back at the Tran Am Expo here with my good friend Mick, and we're still looking at the rucker gear. And if we go to this suit now, Mick, because we've done obviously the one that you guys talked about. What's the name of this suit again? I should know, because it's the S, isn't it? Yes. Top of the range. I got the first one in the country. It's over there. Get in. Right, and this looks pretty damn cool.
So this is really posh because you've now got a leather. It's got a bovine outer, and they've bonded to the back of it the Gore-Tex, so you can actually get a waterproof Gore-Tex suit.
Okay, cool. I see what you mean. So even though it looks like leather on the outside, it's actually Gore-Tex on the inside, so it's not going to let the water in.
Yeah. So you've got a keep you dry leather suit, cool looking suit, black suit, named after an engine called a Merlin.
Oh, it's the Merlin, yeah. Awesome. That's an aircraft engine as well. RollsRoyce Merlin, isn't it?
Yeah. CFL cool system on the back.
Yeah.
Reflects 60% of the sun rays as well.
So all these little badges, when people see it on there, I think these actually do obviously explain exactly what the technology is in there. I mean, you know, you say you've got the armour core and that one, the stretch, the cool, and it's just amazing gear, this sort of stuff.
And then ladies can get one as well.
Ah!
They're only £1,400.
It's got to be said, actually. How much is that?
£1,400 for the jacket.
It's not bad.
Top of the range.
Top of the range. So that is their full-on kind of leather or weather. But if you were going riding, for instance, in really extreme conditions, would you go with the more material one than the leather one?
I think this would, you're going to bounce more water off with the Cordura.
Yes.
So this is someone that really wants to have the protection. Some people just only wear leather.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Not wear a textile jacket or want a leather jacket.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now they can purchase a leather jacket that's waterproof.
That is such a big thing, to be fair.
Again, guaranteed to be waterproof.
Again, anyone that's ridden with your leathers on in the rain, you know that it takes about 10 minutes before you're soaked all the way through. Any electronic equipment you've got's ruined, and yeah, it's not the best way to be. So this is a genuine alternative, which is brilliant. Awesome. What next?
Okay, want to see some gloves?
Yeah, let's see some gloves. I'm such a geek. It's really weird, actually. It's funny because when I went to the bike show, it was more of a case of I didn't like just seeing all the bikes sitting around. I wanted to ride them, but it's different when you see the gear and you're actually talking through the science and stuff behind it. I find that really fascinating. So these are the gloves. We've already had a look at the gypsy ones, haven't we?
You know, you just look, they're all just black handles, but there are there's some real technology in them as well.
Yeah,
some real prices. I mean, if you look at this is from the Racer range.
Yeah.
So the Racer brand. You've got reverse stitching, so there's no ball ending on the ends of your fingers, so they feel better, they're more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because this is a racing glove, a lot of the racers suffer from the fact that they lose their little finger from having it sticking out.
Yep.
So you attach it to the finger next to it, so it stays still in a crash.
So often when you have a low side, that is where you grind it down, isn't it? It's your little finger that comes off. And I remember.
But if you can't cope with that, if you have to break the three fingers, you can cut it.
Okay,
so you can try it to start off with, but most bikes have got decent enough brakes to be able to break one finger or two fingers.
I normally do it with my tongue, so I'm okay. That just looks cool as well, though.
This here, you've got a knock slider with little rails on. So the idea is that when you put your hands down, because your brain tells you to put your hands out to save it.
Of course,
these rails, these plastic pieces here, keep your hands sliding so you don't break your skateboard.
So you don't flip. Yeah, of course. Otherwise, your hands would grip and it would do it.
Keep sliding your hands until you stop. Very important to have a wrist restraint as well to keep the glove on. And also, we've just seen this, you've got super fibre down the outside.
Yeah, you really have, haven't you? So that'll allow you to take a deck without ruining the glove completely, kind of thing.
Little ceramic pebbles that keep the thing sliding, so there's no grip.
And that's obviously the key thing. A lot of people, again, you know, when you talk about stitching and jackets and leathers and things, people don't realise it. It's not actually the sliding that causes you damage. Obviously, if you've got the right gear on, it's the flipping over, isn't it? As soon as you, it's always like your remember talking to Shaky Byrne about when he had his high side, you know, and he said the best thing that happened was he landed on his head, so he knocked himself out. So his body went limp and he just kind of rolled, slid down the road. If you're tense, that's when you really do the damage because you are kind of flipping over and hitting things. So that's the importance, I suppose, isn't it? Just slippy, slide. Brilliant.
So be knocked out or drunk.
Yeah, that works. Either way, don't ride drunk, or if you're knocked out. That's kind of cool.
Titanium plate on the outside again to make it slide.
Looks really good as well, though, to be honest with you, doesn't it? That's cool.
Okay, so that's a
top of the range racer. How much for those? 150.
So all of that technology, regardless of who's going to give it to you, whatever brand, it's going to be around about that money because that's where it's at the moment.
Yeah, cool. Okay. I'm liking those. So it's the Racer line?
Yeah, the Racer range. So if we look at something like a high-spec waterproof glove, which has kind of come from the ski market, as you can see, it's got...
That does look very similar to something I've had in snowboarding, yeah.
So as you pull this, it pulls here and here, so it's tightening up nice, stays on your hand. Waterproof gloves suffer from the fact that as soon as you go into waterproof glove, you normally lose all the armour.
Yeah.
But this has got armour on the back.
Yep.
Again, you're looking at the knock slider to look after your scaffold. So that's a fantastic
so much technology goes into it, isn't it? So much research, obviously, looking at the
waterproof to the point where it's got a 3-year guarantee on the glove. So that's the best guarantee that we've got. And Racer are doing that across the range this year. They've got a 3-year guarantee on all their gloves, which is really impressive.
That is
£100 waterproof glove.
That's not bad, is it, really? It's like anything, you know, you can go out and you can buy a set of gloves for 20 quid, but, you know, they're not going to last 3 or 4 years, and as soon as they get wet, they're going to start to rot. So it's all about, I suppose, obviously finding the right style and stuff to you that matches your riding, but that's quite cool.
So here's a groovy one. So these are, this again, back to the race world.
Yeah,
This is Joe Rocket's answer to a Batman glove.
That's wicked.
So they're cool.
That actually, not only does it look
there's
cool.
nothing there to attach to the road, nothing to
Yeah,
break.
you would just
all the
literally
armour's
slide.
inside, everything's plastic inside, padded on the back, even on the fingers. It hasn't got the grip there, but that's optional. Again, you've got a tie-in around the wrist to make sure it stays intact, and then you've got 2 flaps over the top of it, but you've also got Kevlar all the way down the back. So you've got Kevlar running all the way down the back there to, if you do go through the thing, you're not going to get your skin.
Yeah, which is the important bit, isn't it, really? That's a cool looking glove as well. Right.
And then on to Rucker.
Thanks very much.
Back to
Rucker
Rucker
with
again.
gloves.
So you've got Gore-Tex.
How about a cheers? Did you have a car?
Again, keep sliding.
Yeah.
Internal.
Again, it's a nice look to it, isn't it? Kind of clean look with all the armour on underneath as well. In the black too.
In black. Loads of white.
Yeah.
Loads of white boots as well this year. White gloves, white helmet.
It's white. It's white.
White's
the colour this year, is it? I don't know, man. I don't know if I've seen them with the white
cars.
Do you know what? Actually, saying that, I did ride the white R1 and the Booster the other week, and there is a lot of a trend for that at the moment, isn't it?
Your white kit to go with it.
Yeah.
And then you've got
Cool. It's a little final
full-on
bit.
race suits. So
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
been speaking to people this weekend that we're kitting up for BSB and the other breeds on the BSB scene. We've had a few guys come in and they've got so they're going to be kitted up with 1.7mm leather one-piece suit.
Yeah.
With the titanium sliding on the sides.
Yeah,
again,
these are,
keep
so
you
this is the
moving.
top of the
They look
range
really
race suit, I
cool,
take
but
it,
the
yeah.
whole idea is you get your shoulder down, it keeps moving and it looks after you.
Again, the clavicle and your collarbone and that, yeah.
And here's what.
We'll have a look at the work suit quickly.
So this is a BSB suit. This guy won the BSB Cup last year.
Okay, cool.
This is Gary Mason's suit.
Oh, his actual suit that he wore, yeah? No scratches on it, so he's done alright. That's
Obviously one he
wicked.
didn't wear then.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously with a race suit, you have the kind of like, there's a neck protector there, isn't it, stuff at the back
Yeah,
there.
so the speed hump, the idea is that when you're sat on the back of the hump and your back's flat, then this is aerodynamics,
Yes.
but also we've noticed that this is also going to keep your head in line.
Yeah,
when
because
you're
it doesn't stop you flipping it back completely back.
when you've had an accident, your crash helmet is at this level, and you're then laying on a medical board.
Yeah.
Then this is at the same height, so
Yeah.
your back is supported, and
It's always.
until they take your crash helmet off. So it is actually a different.
That's exactly what you mean. Yeah. So it's not just there for ergonomics.
But it's normally there just.
How much would a race suit like this cost? Just finally, kind of thing.
They're kind of unbuyable, but if
Yeah.
you wanted to buy an off-the-peg version, it's $799.
So that's not that bad, really, when you consider all the other prices and that. Obviously, though, you wouldn't be very comfortable riding that on a day-to-day basis.
It's not a 1.2mm suit, they're
Yeah.
1.7. It's a heavyweight suit.
Yeah.
Club racing.
So that's the
you
one.
get back up off the floor and ride the next race.
Yeah, of course, instead of having to kind of like take apart. Well, Mick, I think we covered pretty much everything. What an amazing display. You have actually genuinely educated me, and I mean this, on the kind of world of bike clothing and stuff like that, because, you know, it's one of those things you just kind of take for granted, I suppose, without finding out much about it. So, mate, thank you very much. As always, a real pleasure. Obviously, you've given me a set of Rucker gear to wear as well, which I will be reporting back on a regular basis, because I think it's going to be interesting to see how it actually does, but thank you for having me down today.
Don't crash test it.